Yo, yo, yo. Okay, you should actually be able to hear me this time. I shouldn't be muted for the first 20 minutes like yesterday. Let me see. Yep. There it is. I don't know why OBS is weird, but or Streamlabs, I mean. All right, give me a second, guys. What's going on? What is going on? We are so back. So I'm using what is this? I mean, I guess it's technically OBS, but we'll see what's up with this. Am I familiar with Emru and OTK? Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that a little bit. I yeah, what a day. I didn't know the lore before. I don't know like the ancient lore. I had been keeping up a little bit from kind of on the peripheral, like what people have been saying. But no, I know. I yeah, I know. I mean, all of the everything that she had said about Mizkif was pretty pretty crazy. So we'll see. I don't think Mizkif has responded yet, has he? I don't think he said anything. I was reading a little bit. Maybe we could just do a little bit of. I'm a drama streamer now, guys. I'm a fake art streamer. I don't think Mizkif has said anything about it. I mean, all of like, yeah. I don't follow him on Twitter, but because let's just. I mean, we'll just pull it up. This stream was pretty insane. And the killer rabbits. Yeah, but the rabbit thing, I heard Asmongold talk about the rabbit stuff, and that seemed like I mean, it was clearly like a manipulation tactic by Mizkif, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't take a strong stance on anything, but you're Simplord. In fact, Emaru is exactly 1 day older than you. Really interesting. Emaru is one of those people, like, OTK, I really don't know much about. Like, I didn't even realize Emaru has been streaming for 10 years. Of course knew who they were. But I only really knew, like, Asmongold from that group and, like, kind of Tectone a little bit. But, so, the references for me, I would try to, yeah. Yeah, like, it was a long stream, and there was a lot that was said. I know that the first half was like, about the what's it called, the TwitchCon stuff, which is crazy. And then she also hinted previously, she hinted when she talked about it the day after, that she was going to expose something, and I think pretty much everybody knew it was going to be something about Mizkif. So it's not like anybody's. I think a lot of people knew about stuff like this, but maybe just not to the extent. And I'm maybe probably not like the personal DMs and stuff. She's a very wholesome person, deserves the best. I'm sad here. Yeah, yeah, it is very, very distraughting. Is that a word? Everybody memes about them dating. Yeah. Well, I think everybody kind of knew they were dating. It was sort of like an open secret. But in terms of the way she felt about their relationship, I think people knew that there were problems. Again, this is something I didn't this is the most in-depth knowledge that I had about it. Everything else was just like word of mouth, and then like Asmongold vague posting and stuff saying like you know, that things are weird or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna, I can't look too into it. I had to have my like friends explain this kind of stuff to me, you know what I mean? Didn't know about the Rust thing? Yeah, the Rust thing was crazy. Somebody made a video about that. I don't know if you saw that. They already uploaded a video that kind of edited those that scenario together, showing like the viewership change and stuff. I know Asmon says some out-of-pocket things, but I still think he's genuinely okay dude, even if I don't like his political views. I think they're a little bit inseparable at this point. It's like, it's kind of become a part of his streamer persona. I don't know. I think he's not really ever confronted with the issues that he talks about, at least like politically. So it's a little bit, I think there's a lack of responsibility there that is damaging to his character, but whatever. In terms of this situation, obviously he was like good. I mean, he is good friends with Emery, I think, right? And he was originally upset that I think Mizkif was like mistreating her or something. And so I didn't watch, I'm sure he covered it. I didn't really see what he had to say other than the rabbit thing. I just watched Emery's response or video. I think he's unaware and misinformed. I mean, I think there's no excuse, dude. Like, I think there's no, he's not like your random cousin who like goes on TikTok or wherever. He's like one of the largest streamers in the world. I think I wouldn't sweep for him ever. Like, he definitely has a responsibility to learn. I mean, you can, I don't know, you can also, he has plenty of people who agree with him. So, and I don't think he's like, I don't think he'll be like that forever. I think at a certain point he might have a conversations that change his mind on things, you know? I don't think he's like evil, you know? Or like beyond I don't know, beyond like saving or something. I don't think he would intentionally do like something bad to another human being. Okay, but he might not do something bad to another human being, like physically, like he might not like beat on somebody who doesn't deserve it, but you know, that kind of cover and excuse gets thrown around when people sweep for, you know, political figures who essentially are doing the same thing via legislation and rhetoric and stuff, where it's like they might not physically harm anybody, but they have a responsibility, you know, to be careful with the things that they say. And I think especially if you're someone like Asmongold, is he the largest streamer? Probably not the largest streamer. He's probably the largest like political streamer on Twitch now, which is kind of crazy to think about. He kind of has just like, my TLDR opinion about all that is he's like he thinks he's like the common sense guy, and he sort of just gets fed all the rhetoric, you know, and kind of spits out like a response that's like, that makes perfectly sense, you know, we got to do this and that. And it's just like, the world's a lot more nuanced than just having like an immediate response to the kind of things that you're seeing on the internet. So everybody's just a product of that on the internet. It's kind of why it's hard to even have political conversations on the internet or debates or being a political streamer. So I think everyone who wants to get political views, anyone should be informed of their own will volition. Yeah. Should be informed of their own will volition. You mean like understand where they're at, like understand their bias, I guess? Because, or at least the level of self-awareness that's required. I mean, I don't know. Everybody, I think nowadays people take such stronger stances on things. maybe I haven't experienced enough of life to like really know how people feel in general about those kinds of things, but I feel like a lot of politics was always something that was like very separate from how people would kind of navigate their own life and their own conversations, their own thoughts about the world. Like they would have some sort of understanding of the world that didn't really feel political, even though everything kind of is. You can't really be apolitical. But when it comes to talking about politics specifically, it usually meant something very different. Whereas somebody like Asmongold, it's kind of like the meme. I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of people who think that they are into politics. They really like politics, but that's actually not true. Like, they do on a macro level where they care about certain issues, but at the end of the day, they care actually more about like gender studies or something, where they care about the culture. They care about like the culture war. They care about the rhetoric and the memes and stuff. They don't care about like, actual policy. They don't care about economics, like to a really, really kind of like in the weeds level. It's very aesthetic. It's all just kind of like a very aesthetic understanding of it. And so it's like, I care about politics of gaming, I guess. It's like, I want, there to be more accessibility for games and more indie games and stuff, and like, better work conditions for companies and stuff, or unions or whatever. But it's like, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't ride on that and be like, well, these are like my politics or whatever. Whereas Asmongold just kind of rides the train and is like, says he's the big politics guy now. Yeah, I'm saying that while he might have some responsibility not spreading misinformation and political shite, his viewers should also be accountable for their own sources. Okay, but like, I mean, yeah, like that. I feel like that just goes without saying, right? I mean, his viewers, what is like the demographic of his viewers? They're just, I mean, that's all also with like anybody that you're listening to, even if they're just not a political commentator. It's like you could say the same thing about Hasan viewers, or like, I don't know, who's like, even people who aren't, political at all. It's like they're gonna be totally fatigued the second anything comes up. They're not gonna be interested in it, because to them, like, politics is, at the end of the day, it's always sort of gonna be like an attack on your character. At least that's what it feels like. That's why politics get really messy, because it does feel like an attack on your character when somebody disagrees with your politics, because like, in a way, it is reflective of like you. Can't stand politics. I read up on issues at election time. I could get I'm a single issue voter. Being insulin dependent, I would look at who cares more. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of single issue voters. I mean, I think I feel like most probably, maybe this is just me talking out of my ass, but I feel like most median voters end up being single issue. They kind of just feel a certain way about an issue, and then, they single issue. I'm not gonna ever virtue signal about well, maybe I would, but about being a single issue voter if there's clearly like a lesser sort of two evil situation. Like, I don't know. Or if you just vote third party because you're crazy. Like, if you voted Jill Stein, I don't know what to tell you, but we're not playing the same game, man. I don't have the bandwidth or emotional endurance to care about pretty much anything else. I mean, that's fair. Yes, I say about those views too. I got plenty more shit going on in my life. Affordability. Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's the thing. It's like there's people who would argue against you, saying that like, morally you need to make the sacrifice if the other option might not be as good for you, but is like has a general well-being for the rest of the world or whatever. And I mean, I feel like that's even more of an aesthetic principle, because there were so many people that just didn't vote. There were so many people that didn't vote at all because of Israel Palestine. So, if that's your single issue, then I think you're gonna have to, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you at that point, but I know a lot of people like that, unfortunately. For instance, to them, I would say, "Oh, damn, that sucks, my guy." Yeah, well, it's your vote, That's the great thing about democracy. We'll see how long we have that, though. You know what I mean? At least you get a vote. You know what I'm saying? At least you get a vote. At least at a local level, Thankfully, in California, I'm pretty sure, I think we were talking about that, but in California, insulin's like $11 now. Because of Daddy Newsom. he just like subsidized a ton of yeah, now like insulin's $11. Pretty sure this is real. I read this headline and I thought I was asleep when I read it. I've hit a point in my life that I don't really give a flying fuck about what other people think. I'm pretty dismissive of people telling me how I need to think or feel. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you shouldn't, like, if people tell you how you should feel about something, that should make you suspicious, right? Because then that, I think that starts to become a little bit ideological. Like, oh, you know, this, it can open your mind up maybe if you have like a really narrow view on something, but at the end of the day, it's you're going to be the only one in your coffin, right? Your life is really about you. So if it makes you feel really good to, you know, spend all of your energy helping other people and caring about other people, that's what makes you feel really good, then that's the move. But if it also, you know, if adversely your life is kind of centered around making sure that like you're preserving yourself, that's, I think, just as valuable. So it's you know, it's just you in there, you know what I'm saying? I've made more pressing matters in my life, and yeah, exactly. This is my isekai. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this was good. $11 insulin, dude, it worked. Shout out California. See, even when it's like this, you know what I'm saying? At least I can thank California. Trying a 3-titty slime girl. That's real. That's real. Little monster girl type beat. Okay, I want to look into this a little bit, and then I'm gonna I need to do a little bit of 3D modeling. But so this, God, I wonder how much of this whole thing is going to be addressed, because I don't think Mizkif has said anything yet, right? About this whole deal.
Also had
but
a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder.
And to be 100% honest, and just to clear the record to get this out of the way, I really don't know the old lore about any of this. Emeru talking about all of this was the first time I knew any details. In a general sense, I only knew that she dated Mizkif. There was talk of relationship trouble behind the scenes. I didn't know anything else beyond that. So all of this, all of she's telling me is like the first time I've heard it.
Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him.
I don't think Mizkif has said anything.
Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask.
He put his chat in sub-only mode like right after she went live too. Although I think everybody,
other guys,
like knew this was coming though. Or they knew that Emery was gonna say something about this. No, he hasn't said anything. Man, he he just came back and was talking about how the previous stuff with like the cover up thing, and then like Ludwig talking about it. There's so much streamer drama. So much streamer stuff going on. Thanks Yeet for making this.
To me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now.
His chat, like Mizkif's offline chat. He wasn't streaming, but on his Twitch chat, he changed it to emote only. Originally leave the show country and go to Japan. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea. I think the work culture in Japan would probably be too much for me. Let me see if there was anything else I missed. Oh yeah, this was crazy. Ice Poseidon was saying something about how there's a whole nother scandal. I don't know how much of it is somebody like Ice Poseidon just gonna play up for drama though. Always says Twitch streamers have tons of skeletons in their closet. Wait until people find out about everything else at the top and the corruption and the weirdness people are weird. The weirdness behind the scenes. If you thought Hollywood was bad, wait until you see more. Do you think that's real? There are American companies with corporate branches in Japan. Oh, interesting. Where the culture's different. Institutionally Japanese country to worry about. Mostly business sectors. I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have like. I think when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'll just do art as a job, and then I can live anywhere. And then I'm like, I don't know if that's super realistic for me, but we'll see. I'm still young. Copium. Wow, Tectone. Tectone's been saying some crazy stuff recently, but I feel like most people are. Well, I know Hassan is very happy about all this. Well, not happy about what's coming out, but he's happy that people are probably going to take a back seat on the shot caller stuff. So. Oh, what's up, Dora? Twitch streamer agencies have to have some weird vibes. All marketing agencies do. Twitch streamer agencies? Like, how do you mean exactly? If you're not working in a business/corporate sector, salaryman job, you probably won't have to worry about it. That's interesting. See, I wouldn't know anything about that, really. I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm sure not everybody's subjected to it, but I'm an outsider looking in. This was weird too. I mean, I think everything she said was pretty crazy. He's like throwing bottles at her or something.
Despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily, he would throw his.
And this was years ago too, right? See, I think I need to end up doing. I say need like it really matters, but I need to figure out what like the previous lore, because I feel like I'm so behind on this. It is real though, especially with Japan's aging workforce. It can't be weirder than like Hollywood. Oh yeah. Well, that's yeah, and I think Ice Poseidon is he's playing it up. I mean, the Hollywood corruption is kind of on a whole nother level. I think the thing about the streamer stuff is it's so much of it is under the table. It's a pretty concentrated community, I think, and because everybody sort of has their niche in their groups where they're, they are their business. It's not quite like getting a role in a movie or something, or some specific gig with like a larger payout and like rising through. I think at the end of the day, it's more about the brand promotion. So I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff that is very similar, to the same problematic nature of any entertainment industry, where if somebody has something to prove, like people will exploit them and people will take advantage of them. Yeah. But I also think there's like a level of autonomy with streaming that I think supersedes like Hollywood in general, where you can pretty much get squashed if you're like people can ruin your career in Hollywood, I think, much easier than like if you're a streamer. And if anything, the thing is too, people are always talking about like, oh, it's going to end his career, it's over, whatever. The drama, there really is no such thing as bad publicity, especially with streamers. Like, unless you're straight up committing felonies on stream and you're like going to jail or something, not like this kind of drama here, but there's a lot of smaller issues that streamers will have with people, and ends up it's not something that amounts to like what Emery's talking about, because this is like very serious, but there will be instances that are super like benign in the grand scheme of things socially, and then people will play that up for drama, and then that gets them constantly views and stuff. That's just, and like that makes sense for their brand or whatever, but there's people that are really really jump on that. And I think for an industry that's kind of like more cyclical or like gig focused, where it's like project based, like entertainment or something, you getting kicked out of a project is kind of a much bigger deal than drama coming up about you as like a streamer or something, because you know, if you talk about it, people watch it, and then there will be responses to it and everything. It's like, it's weird. I think at the end of the day too, people are going to be more interested in streamer stuff anyway than, well, maybe not. I was going to say people are probably going to be more interested in this kind of stuff than, like other entertainment industry things, like Hollywood related stuff, because there's like a lot more security in those entertainment industries now. I don't think there's a union for streamers, is there? Some kind of like live streamer union or something? Birth rate decline in workforce is retiring much later than increasing that type of work culture. I've heard about the issues. I know Shinzo Abe was trying to tell people to have babies. I remember a while back, some streamers management agency withheld merch money, and it led to an SA investigation. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm sure there's all kinds of crazy stuff too that like we just won't know about. So Ice Poseidon isn't like, I don't know exactly what Ice Poseidon's talking about here, but you know, I'm not gonna yeah, I don't know. He's got his own stuff going on, so who knows what he's really talking about here. But I don't know, maybe it's crazy. I hope it's not insane, you know. But someone comes back and everyone acts surprised. It's always an act. Wow. Miz kids?
All
Who are
the
the Miz
people in
kids?
Austin and also LA don't talk to him.
Shit escalate. Very escalatory.
I think he's also like, there's been a large part of his community that's been trying to like actively downplay and spread misinformation and lie. And especially,
dude, I don't know. People on the subreddit, I saw people on Mizkif subreddit. Bro, oh my god. Wait, this was so bad. This was a real post somebody made in the like at the start of the video. You can't be saying this on main, dude. So far it's a nothing burger. He threw a phone and broke some furniture. Who doesn't know, dude? Jesus. It's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. It is so bad. Don't go in the trenches for your favorite streamer if it comes out that they're doing some crazy stuff, okay? Who doesn't? Who doesn't what? I lost track. I got too distracted. Okay, I'm only gonna do this for a little bit and then I just want to see if there's anything I missed. You would have said he watched my streams. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. The Rust video is a little bit insane. I think that's it, honestly.
post about how him talking.
Ludwig post about it in time. Yeah, because Ludwig made the video about it or whatever. Okay, I don't really care. I hope they figure it out. Don't be too crazy, guys. Oh, lock in. Oh, and dap. We'll all be dead in 100 years, so what really matters, true? Have you punched your child today? I've not. They live to fight another day. I think this one's low-key fine. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a thing in Blender. I'm gonna put a little guy here. And I want to do some UV stuff, so he's like got some things coming out of his hood. It'll make sense, but let's go ahead and just open up Blender. You know what I'm saying? I love Blender. When it loads, okay, epic. Wow. 3D modeling, how rare. Okay. So what I'm going for here is actually pretty basic. That's not what I want to do. Have you guys been making anything? in 3D. I kind of wait, is this? No. Wait, yeah. I don't know why that took me a second to think about, but I feel like every time I start a project, I don't get it into a place where I'm gonna want to continue it next time. So like I won't finish it, and I think there's like not enough dopamine going to my brain that's like, hey, you should if you finish this thing, you'll feel good about it. I'm like, it doesn't really work like that. So I got to do these things really quick. I think when I used to spend like months working on a model or something, and then you know, and finish it and put a ton of work into it, it felt sort of like I didn't really care about it so much. So I think doing things really quickly has actually made me more interested in working on projects in general, like as a whole, and also just like finishing them. So like I could only really commit to a longer term project, I think, if it was something I really had like planned out. But when I'm sort of freeballing things, also let me close this because it doesn't lag. When I'm kind of just doing it to do it, it can fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? You haven't opened Blender in months? Aww. Too scared to open it. And not remember how anything works. That is honestly how I feel every time I open Blender. If I'm being honest. Wait, why is this thing weird? Let's see. Godot community is cooking, exponential growth and cooking. Oh, that's good to hear. Godot's always had a pretty nice community, I feel like. They're always working on something pretty interesting. And they're always showing some cool stuff. I'm in the what's it called? Pretty sure I'm in like the subreddit and stuff, but obviously don't post because I don't work in Godot, but let me show you something I saw. Yeah, let me see. From a Godot user. Twitter is like such a gold mine for like indie dev stuff too. Let's see this one. Psychic Rift. Psych Rift.
What?
This isn't Godot?
What is this place?
Wow.
This must be a nightmare.
It's like Amnesia.
What the hell?
The hecky? Wow.
Looks pretty fresh.
Look, I mean, it looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie though, the voiceover, I don't like when my character's like talking to me and I feel schizophrenic. Not gonna lie. But it looks interesting. That actually reminds me, I want to play Phasmo. I should have downloaded it. We'll do a Phasmo stream sometime. This looks pretty interesting though. This is really made in Godot. It's like in AAA quality. No longer feel like this engine has any limitations. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's, I mean, doing some pretty crazy stuff. I think a lot of people just like it because they can, there's like a level of simplicity that they can stay within if that's the plan for their game. There was one game that was made in Godot that I was following development for a while, but then it looked cool, but it was also like really short, and it was $20, and I was like, I don't know if I want to spend $20, but it was called Rot Flesh, and it's a pretty interesting game, but I think the price is a little bit aggressive for like a small, like kind of a small game like that. I hate when any character moans the entire playthrough. Yeah. Get a grip. Like when Lara Croft. Dude, I haven't played a Tomb Raider game since like PlayStation 1. Like I'm pretty sure the first Tomb Raider was actually the only one that I ever really got around to playing, and it was very I don't even think I beat it. I do have the what's it called when there's like 3 games put together, like the triple platinum or something. I do have that wishlisted on Steam. So one of these days, yeah, that is kind of the genre defying, or the early PlayStation defining era. There's actually this artist who makes paintings that are kind of like that. Can I remember their name? I think it's Gao Hong. Is that right? Is that right? What's their name? Oh, is this it? No, what's their name? Gao, it's Gao something. Hold on. They do like low poly painting. It's this guy. It's Gao Hang. Really? How did I spell that wrong? Okay. This guy. Gout. The tiger scared though. Dude, the mummy scared me in that game. Most of modern team, that's true. This guy does like airbrushed low poly kind of stuff, and I wonder if he still has it posted. But he does have the triangle torso up somewhere. We'll find it. I swear it's not TOS. This is kind of close. The horse is really good too. Come on, where is it? Maybe he took it down. Oh, wait, no. Kinda. There's one that's like exactly what the image you're thinking of, and I have to find it. Jesus, I feel like they're getting more crazy each time. Dude, where is this? I can't find it. Maybe it's just not on here. It basically looks like this. Let's see. Kind of like that. There's also someone who does sculptures that are... Oh, here. This one. There you go. It's the actual one. If Emery's making these allegations, I wonder what Maya has to say about him. Oh, yeah. Well, what's... Okay. Jesus. It's such a can of worms. All the Maya stuff is so... like I don't understand it at all. Like I obviously I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't know, but people had talked about what happened previously to Mizkif, and that's what I felt like I always had to backwards engineer through the things that people were saying. And I have no idea. So now that Emery's talking about, you know, all this stuff here, it's like, what is the rest of that crowd you got to say about it? We need to live react to the new Meat Canyon. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna watch Meat Canyon. I gotta deny that request. I'm sorry. You know, I respect the Meat Canyon craft, but I'm not super interested. He made 3D content. I mean, you're more than welcome to, you know, post about it in the Discord if you'd like, but I think I'm chilling on the live react. Oh, what's up, Avernick? But if you don't give a hot take, what else am I gonna get my opinion from? Dude, true. You know, I feel like with people that I'm like really close to, I'll just say things that are completely like a really obviously bad take about something that I am not even thinking about because I haven't even I don't know anything about the situation, and I just gotta try my hardest to avoid doing that while I'm live, you know. What's I don't even know the other person involved. What's their name? This is gonna sound embarrassing, but okay, so Maya, yeah, I don't know who Maya is. I just don't know that whole crowd. I don't know is she OTK? Is this a drama research stream? My opinion is that SA is bad. Okay, actually this is my maybe controversial opinion, maybe not controversial, but it seems like the stuff that like at least with the DMs and stuff that Mizkif had said, I feel like this whole thing would have really been avoided if he like went to therapy and talked to somebody who was like much more emotionally mature. Because, you know, I feel like everybody forgets that they weren't always as understanding of people, and you know, like they didn't have the same experience that they do now in regards to what's appropriate to say to somebody and what's an appropriate reaction to something. And like seeing those DMs is just like, dude, you gotta get a grip. I think I'm sure everybody has DMs out there that they you know, they've never even considered the fact that like, oh, what if these go public or something? What would people think? But it's still like, you gotta get a grip on reality, bro. Like, but I don't know how old he was. Was he even 18 at the time? How long ago was that? Will inspire you. Always. Canadian, always. Always. What else? I feel like I was gonna say something stupid. Oh, I didn't realize that Cinna, I didn't know who Cinna was, and I saw her in a video and I thought it was Pokimane, because Cinna, Emaru, and someone else went to the US Mexico border, and I was like, what is happening here? And I thought it was Pokimane, and I'm like, what is Pokimane doing at the border? And then it was Cinna, and then my friends were all making fun of me, and I'm like, I don't know who's Cinna. Like, I still don't really know who Cinna is, but I guess it's just another streamer. I don't know all the streamer stuff. Who everybody is. I feel like that's not too bad. It's a little too perfect though. Like shape-wise. Cinna got you down horrendously. Really? Who's Cinna? I think it's spelled like Cinna. Like Cinnabar. R.I.P. Cinnabar. But oh, I think it was Extra Emily that was there too. Extra Emily was at the border. It's this person. So, okay, this is embarrassing. I thought this was Pokimane, but it was far away and the quality was bad, and I saw it on like a, you know, 1412p video, so I was like, what's Pokimane do? But this is Cinna. They do, I wonder if they're live. They're not live. Cinna. But they do oh, they were doing workout stuff with Knut, right? Knut. And he's not even going to show her? No, I got you. Traveling to the US-Mexico border is appropriating Mexican culture. Nice one. That video was very silly. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't think I would ever... Like, I don't know. I have weird feelings with that. It's just like treating the border like a tourist attraction. I feel like it's so, especially just with everything in general going on right now. Like, but you know, people do what they want, I suppose. She gave me with her car, and I would say thank you. That's fair. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? But yeah. That is the tea, the streamer lore. If you know lore that I don't know, please please let me know, because I would love, as much as I don't care on like a personal level, I do find the general information to be pretty entertaining. It feels like there's a historical context that's interesting to understand. The more I can understand the streamer ecosystem, the more I feel connected, I guess, to like the world, and just understanding what people do and care about and talk about and stuff. So I'm always interested. I eat it up. I'm not above the drama. You pulled some knives today in Counter-Strike? Did you pull 2 knives in Counter-Strike? They're worth half of what they were yesterday though? I mean, I spent a lot of money on it, so it might as well be a tourist attraction. That's a good point, I guess. I mean, yeah, well, I don't know what the spending has looked like for this election cycle, but or term. I think Trump had said he pumped a bunch of money into it, or they expanded it. It's a bunch of polls. It is like an interesting thing, just because it's like structurally. I don't know. I think the first time I realized it was a bunch of polls, I was like, what? Because when I think of border, I think of like a giant wall or something. You know what I mean? Whoops. I paid across the country, the U.S. border on a horse with a cowboy hat and a car. There you go. You can role play. You sent it on disc. Okay. It's fine. It'll go back up. You think so? Oh, you DM'd it to me. Oh, wow. Look at Beats Knife. Dang. Oh, my God. Holy moly. Is that factory new? Jeez. Damascus steel. Wow. This is interesting. I haven't seen this before. Oh, it's a skeleton knife. Wow. Good stuff. I've never unboxed a knife, but when I was a wee lad, I definitely did like knife trading and stuff. And at one point I did have an unpainted butterfly knife, and it was very cool. I think I talked about that yesterday, but I ended up getting rid of it when I was going to college, and it was worth like $200 at the time, and I sold it for like $150, and then it spiked up to like $2,000. But if I'm being honest, I probably would have sold it, you know, as soon as I could, no matter what. So copium, I can't be too upset about it. I'm trying to make this like a little shroud, but I'm thinking about how I want it to be cut up. It's going to be viewed from pretty far away, and it's supposed to be really low poly. So maybe I just delete this. Actually, why don't I? I don't really care too much about these faces, and then maybe I just move that up. That's like fine. I feel like that's okay. Still worth more than I spent on cases, yeah. 100 spent, and they currently worth a combined 700. Dang. Factory new, the second one, jeez. Wow, the second one was field tested. It looked pretty clean. The Tiger Tooth is worth 900 by itself before the crash. It's like 450 now. Dang. You think they're all gonna go up? I know this is sort of bad practice for this, but I think I'll leave that though, and then I'll extend this up here. Do I ever? Yeah. It should be actually. I'm debating how much of this I want to be exposed. I feel like this is better for me. And then I like pull it in. I don't know why, but this is like reminding me of Thief. Specifically Thief Gold. One of the most incredible games ever. Looks like Darth Vader. It kind of does. It's like he's got the Stahlhelm, whatever this part's called, the flared out Stahlhelm thing. I'm gonna extend it down to like here maybe. Whoops, I have proportional on. You think they'll go back up? Not quite as high, but they will go up. What interesting? I mean, yeah, they'll probably go back up, I guess, because people like to panic sell. I don't really think I've talked too much about Black Desert Online, but the people who play Black Desert Online like to completely destroy the market by overreacting and panicking to every single update. And the market is really, really volatile because of that sometimes. So like there will be things that are completely stable, and then all of a sudden they'll release an update that like you can craft, that they'll give out an item or something as a catch-up mechanic, and then everybody will freak the fuck out and panic sell. It's like the it literally is that Warren Buffett meme. I wanted to I actually think this is fine. I think that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna move it up a little bit. But once upon a time, I usually always get burned when it comes to some sort of market prediction. I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna just either I'm gonna not do anything. I'll think, okay, you know what? People are smart and they won't freak out and panic sell. And I'm like always wrong. I'm always wrong. Even if I know exactly what's gonna end up happening, or just like conceptually I can understand where the market's gonna move. I'm talking about BDO, by the way, not even like real market. I still feel like I always end up losing money, but they were recently giving out like a pretty high tier piece of armor for free. Kind of not for free. You had to do some stuff to get it, but it was still easier than the current way to get it. I pretty much knew that everybody was going to be stupid and just immediately panic sell their current existing item so that everybody would just be able to sell once they've gotten the new free one. And I made like a stupid amount of silver just by selling all of my armor, and then I completely rerolled to do life skilling, and then now I pretty much quit. So, but I just thought that was funny. It's like the one time I get it right, I can't even do anything about it because I'm not even playing the game anymore, but it is what it is. It feels good to be right, I guess, at least once. Now I'm gonna replace my default knife, put a name tag on it to make it say M9 Bayonet Fade. Oh my god. That was a $2 haha funny, yeah? I mean, TBT to the conscientious objector memes from TF2. Everybody loves to put some kind of image or name tag on their thing. There were some good ones. There's some pretty good ones out there too. I think I might close this a little bit more, actually, if I'm being honest. I don't know why I'm trying to be so precise with these movements too. I need to move my monitor so that it's either elevated or like to a different side or something. Because turning my head like this can't be good for me. You also students after they go up to pad my Steam wallet and fund my next 5 years of Steam sale purchases. I haven't bought a Steam game in a long time. I think I've recouped all the money I've ever spent in CS. I definitely have not. I've definitely spent so much money in TF2 that I'll never see again. Was anywhere close to 700, maybe 250 tops. Stonks. Big stonks. Big stonks. I mean, back in the day, I guess this was like pre-crate depression in TF2. The CS market was stronger. It was like pretty strong, and you could go on those sites. It's probably still this way, but you could just go on those like random websites and spend like, I don't even remember. You spend like not even that much, and it felt like you were getting crazy values. Like, I still don't know how any of that works. I'm pretty sure all of that is like fraudulent to some extent, in that Steam or Valve was just kind of letting people do all kinds of weird online third-party gambling stuff. What is this? Rat Shaker.
We have the house surrounded. Come out slowly, and we can end this peacefully.
You asked, and we delivered. The number one
What is this?
best-selling rat solution.
Oh my god,
in
it's
all of
in the middle of nowhere. Encouraged, cowardly dog.
Introducing your one-stop solution to all of life's problems. Just hold, shake, and watch that meter rise.
Wait, does the rat light up or something?
Is back.
How is this rat even alive? Kind of looks like you.
Your one-stop solution to all of life's problems. Just hold, shake, and watch that.
Rat Shaker, the comedic first-person pest control simulator, is on its way to PS5 May 28th. Oh. Bro, this tiger, this the tiger VTuber. Complete with gyro-based DualSense controller features for the first time ever, you can physically shake your controller and shake a rat. It's absurd, satisfying, and strangely therapeutic. Your rat responds to every shake, sometimes unexpectedly. Oh.
That meter rise. All your worries will be shaken off with ease. With Rat Shaker, you'll never have to reckon with.
Interesting. Okay. Can I buy a Rat Shaker for you? It's on Steam. Sackboy did not die from this. Is this maybe? I don't know. I can't confirm that. I don't know how I feel about Rat Shaker. It's rat time.
What you've done. Shake.
I'm still very confused.
Shake that rat. No matter how much you shake,
Does it? I mean, I'm assuming you could shake your mouse and it shakes.
you'll never be free of what you've done.
Oh my god.
Show me your hands. It's a game. It's just a game.
He's still shaking the rat. All right, interesting. Rat Shaker. I'm assuming it was probably like on PC or something, and then they moved it to PlayStation. Okay, this just looks like a burqa or something. You need to make this shape make a little bit more sense here. I'm thinking. Whoops. Oh, well, you know what? It's because I didn't do anything this upper area. Kind of the idea here is just make it look sort of like a hooded figure. I might be completely stupid, but I probably should have moved everything at the same time. Hold on. Like, let me go here and do this. There. Wait, what? I thought I put a thing there. Did I really not put an edge loop there? There. There we go. I think this already has way too many polygons. I'm probably going to reduce this quite a bit. I think my goal was to actually put this really make this with like less than, is it even possible, like less than like 50 or something? 50 tries or something? Have you considered being a conventionally attractive woman in her 20s as means to be a more popular streamer? Yeah, I have considered that. It'd probably be more successful. You know, I kind of only really started so I could be a little bit more motivated to just like keep making stuff. Cause like, while I might be more productive, if I'm like locked in just doing it by myself or whatever, kind of feels like at the end of the day when I just post it, that's sort of it, and then it's like gone forever. At least there's like an archival aspect to this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if it was just like, oh, you know, you can do whatever you want and go live, then I think that's why there's so many streamers now that just do like IRL stuff or like whatever they want, you know? Like you're not necessarily constricted by like video games or digital stuff anymore or whatever. But I feel like I feel like the art and the game dev side of Twitch is like so different or so like removed from the rest of the platform to an extent, or at least the things that people are always going to make big deals about, you know, like the drama and stuff. Like I don't know how much drama I ever really hear about like art streamers or like game dev streamers. I guess if you want to call Pirate Software a game dev streamer, but to be fair, his drama originated when he was playing WoW. So I think it makes more sense to decouple him from that, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? But there's other ways you could be popular without being a conventionally attractive lady, you know what I mean? I think realistically, anybody could probably do it if they're willing to, if they feel like they have nothing to lose and they want to just like create drama. Because I feel like you can be really popular if you get a lot of bad attention, you know what I mean? Like if you're just saying, if you just kind of wake up and you're like, you know what, I'm about to be, I like have to be famous by the end of the week or something, you could probably do it. But generally manufacturing something like that's kind of hard, and also you'd have to like sell your soul, I guess, and just do some crazy unhinged shit that you probably wouldn't want to do otherwise. So you know the vibes. Or you could just get into politics, I guess, and start grifting. Although I don't know, I feel like there's so much of that that doesn't end up being really successful. So although there is Rumble, so I guess if you're too crazy here, you can always go to Rumble. Do like this. It's pretty much the Kardashian approach. The Kardashians are only famous because of their well, I guess there's a couple reasons why they're famous, but I think if their dad wasn't Rob Kardashian, they probably wouldn't be they wouldn't have quite taken off. Or if maybe Rob Kardashian wasn't Rob Kardashian, you know what I'm saying? But Kim, you know, Kim played her hand pretty well, I think. I don't even know what they do now. It's kind of weird too, because being famous at in a time where there wasn't so much accessibility to kind of like the almost like pervasive level of like information we have now, you know, via like streamers and communication and stuff. Like being famous before all of that, I think kind of really it's like a lost, maybe it's like a lost art or something. But people are probably always trying to make money off drama and being famous and things. So nothing new. Okay, this is a little goofy. A little wide. A little bit too wide, I think. I'm gonna like squeeze this. Make it a little bit skinnier. Just considering having them with like a pipe or something. Like just some kind of thing that's like up to their face, because I want them to be like blowing smoke a little bit. Could have like a little bit of a singular plane that's gonna be blowing smoke. I don't know why I care at all about the side profile when you're not even really going to be able to see it. We'll see. One of the bad Copper complaint against Ian Nasser is just manufactured drama for clout. Well, you know, I can't speak too much to that, but at the end of the day, isn't everything that? Everything is a little bit of drama for clout. I mean, just look at the, you know, look at the president of the United States, okay? Who's like the #1 drama farmer on the planet? Like, who is the person that exists right now that is the best at just getting people to care about whatever they want and them, you know? There's only one person I can really think of that is kind of the they've kind of boiled it down to a science, and unfortunately they have a lot they have a lot of political power. I'm talking about Messi, of course, and LeBron James. But you know, actually, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Maybe close this a bit too. I'm tempted. Nah, I'll leave it like a V. So I kind of want it to resemble like a nose, sort of. I don't know how much of that is going to be ascertainable from so far away, but you know. Oh, there's a thing I want to post actually on Twitter. I think I'll do that in a bit. I did finish another scene, and I want to post it before I forget, but I think I'm just going to be like, when it comes to posting the things I'm making on Twitter, I feel like I have to make them, I can't do 16:9 because the way it shows up is really weird and like cut off. So they're going to have to start being not 4:3. Wait, is there, oh, it's not even, whatever. It's not that deep. But the way that it's shaped is what's the resolution here? What's like 1440 by 1080? Is that like 5:3 or 3:4? Or 4:5? I don't know, my aspect ratio is like that. It's almost squarish, but it's a little bit vertical. Let me see if I can find it. Where is this? Oh, here. Yeah, because this is 1440 versus this. Oh, it's gonna cut, which is 16:9. So like this shows up. This shows up the way I wanted to. And technically this one does too, because this is intentional, but to be fair, I would like to do things in 4:3, but you know, the platforms that I'm putting these things on, I don't think it looks very good like that. Maybe for like a YouTube thing or something. 1440 by 1080, it's 4:3. Oh, okay, thank you. Is that really 4:3? It feels so it feels like more vertical. Like 3:2 or something, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. But I do like the landscape view as opposed to vertical, but the verticality is important for the posts. Don't get it twisted. I will hydro to that. God, it's already 7 p.m. I was like doing a bunch of testing with just like stream stuff earlier today, and then I found out that Amaru was going live and talking about all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, and I got so distracted listening to that and then trying to keep up with everything happening. And I totally the day just went by. That's crazy. That's Saturday. That is Saturday for you. Or for me, I guess. You know, this is actually pretty much what I'm looking for, but I still think I want to close in the area a little bit. Like taking this and then like moving it to the front like that. Yeah. I think this is a little bit too open. Like this doesn't have to be so broad here. I'm honestly tempted to pull this like forward. I think I will. Is there a way? I mean, it's not mirrored, so I can't really do that, but it'd be nice to like turn both of these in. But I guess I could just do this and just like push them in like that. Like I want these to not necessarily be the shoulders. Yeah, that's okay. Oh. Yeah. That's all right. Because you're never gonna be able to see the back, so it doesn't really matter. I could probably get rid of that too, but the occlusion that shows up from behind, I think won't be too crazy. Also, I just realized this. It's a little bit weird. I'll like move this down. I didn't even really intend to have a bunch of leaves up here, but it like leaves coming from the water. But I actually like how it looks. Okay, how am I gonna deal with this? Like if that's the only thing that's contributing, then maybe I don't need to do it or worry about it. I don't want it to be too crazy though. Maybe I don't even need it at all, actually. Feels like maybe it's fine without it. I'm gonna put this upside down actually. A bit like that. There we go. I think that's better. I'm gonna save that. Boom. Okay. Take these little edges here, move them like that. Pull them. Just for the sake of form. Okay. Now it's pretty much what I'm looking for here. And I'm just gonna manually move them around. Pull the vertices for fun. Like a maniac. Symmetries for chuds. You know what I mean? Okay, do I really need another thing here? Probably not. Let's like pull this way. It's good. All right. Maybe I actually do need another thing. One. I think this is too high. That's what I said last time though. I think, okay, I think I do need to add more geometry here. Or, no. We got this. It's like a suit or something. Nothing is truly symmetrical IRL. Otherwise, people on r/roast me would have nothing to talk about. That's a great point. And okay, r/roast me isn't like a. It's like fake, right? Wait, hold on. I got a quick tangent. That subreddit is like not real. It's like fake, right? Like people post random people. Or is there, no, which one is it? There's one where people use this like esoteric algorithmic method of rating that's like profoundly stupid. Do you know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Having a dude. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. People are fucking mean as shit. Is it true rate me? Hold on. r/true. No. There's one that's like evil. I think they're all kind of evil. This is the actual sub. These, like this stuff, it's like just a having a rough day. So why not get roasted so I can at least laugh at myself? Rough day, it's okay. Like, what? My lovely horse. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. This isn't what I was talking about though. There's a sub where it's like they've got this objectivity chart and they run through it and it's like, oh, your orbital, like your upper orbital is exactly, 0.01 centimeters out of like the attractive zone or something. It's like super degenerate. True rate me. Yeah, that is what it is. True rate me. Honestly, I learned about it from a comedy video. Let me see. Oh, this is it. Yeah, internet comment etiquette. Dude. Okay, Eric.
In the early
Eric from internet comment etiquette is actually kind of the GOAT. I don't know if you know or if you knew, but he used to do gardening on salvia. Like he used to just like set up a little trowel outside with like a plant and then be like, oh, I'm gonna do a little bit of gardening after I take this gigantic, rip of salvia, and then he would smoke the salvia and then become pretty much incapacitated for like 20 seconds and then not do anything and then get up and turn off the camera. It was like it was quite the journey. I think it's still on Vimeo, I think, but Eric's the GOAT.
and it's just a bunch of spam bots.
Salvia Eric? Wait, Big Money Salvia, that was what it was.
Huge savings on a 2-year
Oh, he still
plan
goes by
plus
Big
4
Money.
months / Big Money.
Let me see if I can. Oh, this thing. Yeah. So this is not a real, like this sub is not real, right? Like that's why they call him Big Money Salvia. Exactly. But this sub is not real.
Evaluating a person's attractiveness,
Like people are not, random people are not uploading their pictures here and being like, oh, can you roast me or whatever? It's like,
Women's rating guide.
it's just not real. There's no way.
So this is a incredibly stepped on JPEG where you can see like
0.002 ultra attractive super top model tier. Yeah, I mean, he does it so the video is so good. I'm not gonna sit here and watch the whole thing, but this video is really good because it goes through like just how degenerate all this stuff is. So bad. So bad. Shout out Big Money Salvia though. He's kind of the GOAT. Okay, this kind of looks like he's like trying to sell you watches or something. Let me go like up a bit. Surely the shape I'm looking for has like a subtlety that I can pull off here. I think that's actually pretty good. Some stretched polygons would be nice too, you know what I mean? Big Money Salvia. Kind of looks like a octopus or something. Mm. Trying to debate how down I want the shroud to go. I think like I could do something like this. Or I could do the other way, where it's like that. That looks, I don't know how I feel about that. Did you guys see the Halo remake too? People were really upset about it. Like, people, it's so funny. I feel like there's certain, people will just like shit on a game that they think doesn't look very good, that's old, and they'll point to and be like, oh, this game like sucks, I like hate how it looks or whatever. And then the second they try and remake it, they're just like, oh, the original had so much charm, you know, there was such a high level of atmosphere that's just lost in the soulless remake or whatever. And it's like, dude, you guys will not be happy about anything, bro. Bounced on my boy's 3D model to this real. But this model is looking a little phallic, but trust. Once I texture it, it won't be. I'm doing a stylistic decision making here. I didn't really watch too much of the Halo remake stuff though, and I definitely won't be playing it. But it looks cool. Halo Combat Evolved, the GOAT. I feel like if I pull them up, if I pull these up, I'm gonna have to bring them really close together. And then maybe that'll be okay, since it will kind of look like there's some depth. Because otherwise it's like lost completely, I think. Whoops. So I'm like pull them together. I guess this could go down as well. And I'm gonna flare this out a bit. I don't really have a texture lined up for this, but I think that's okay. I'll sort of just like move all this out. Very, very, very triangular. I see. Maybe I pull these in a bit here. This is me when I go out in the shroud, you know what I'm saying? This me for real. I guess I don't need, do I need this? These vertices? I guess I don't. But if I keep them, I can be a little bit trickier with my shape here. Trying to make sure that every polygon's there for a reason. Although these are doing, I don't know how much work these are doing. They're doing it. Some shape holding. I gotta keep them. Me thinks I gotta keep them. I think that's fine. Looks simple enough. I think it's actually better when like the silhouette is really simple, even if the poly count is high. Because aesthetically, that's just what I'm going for here. If it's gonna fit into a scene like this, I mean, it needs to be somewhat consistent, you know. Yeah, I'm about it. About it. Thoughts on the Hatsune Miku RTX 5080? Hatsune Miku edition? Oh my god. Feel the beat in-game feats. Oh. Oh my god. Wait, this is sick. Aura sync. Oh my god. How much is this? Wait, this is pretty cool. Wow. ROG Astral GeForce RTX. Oh, Hatsune Miku edition. Oh. Where do I buy it? ROG continues in collaboration with virtual pop star Hatsune Miku, with a complete gaming system centered around ROG's sci-fi aesthetic and Miku's signature blue, green, pink color scheme. I would say cyan, isn't it? I guess it's like lime, mint green. What do you, is that what you call the hair color? Blue green. The collection combines Hatsune Miku's signature style with superior ROG performance, premium quality, and versatile functionality for competitive gameplay or daily tasks. Competitive daily tasks, maybe? Products include motherboard, graphics card, wow, PC case. Oh wow, you get a PC case too? And you get a motherboard. All-in-one cooler SSD enclosure power set. Wait, so you just get a whole setup? Do you get any RAM? You don't get any RAM with it, I guess? No memory. SSD enclosure. I guess that means just like a case for your storage. And apparels. Do I get like her little headphone things? I thought she has like little headphone clips or something. Maybe they're just the hair ponytail things. Enabling gamers to create an entire gaming setup that exudes the vibrant Miku aesthetic. I mean, this is the sickest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I would definitely get this if I wasn't a Baroque boy. Do you have to pre-order it? How do I buy it? Asus ROG. Oh, it's up here. Dang, it's $1,900. That's a lot. That's a lot of money for a graphics card. I guess technology is expensive. Clearly, aquamarine, cyan, light teal, turquoise. Yeah, I think all of those actually individually would describe this. Aqua or turquoise is probably the closest color. I think mint green is too green. I think cyan. Cyan might be too blue, but her hair is more blue than it is green, I think. Turquoise. Capri blue green. Hell yeah. That's so funny. You know what side I still love is Miku Worldwide. Miku Worldwide. What a wonderful site. My god, Miku. You could find the Kazakhstan Miku. So goated. Algerian Miku. Man, I love the internet. Venezuelan Miku. Absolutely goated. Random country. Vietnam. Wow. Man, they go hard on these. Can anybody submit? Can you just submit a Miku drawing? Submit an image. Maybe one day we'll do one. Bolivia. Wow. Finland. It's like GeoGuessr, but with Miku. Being some Mexican immigrant Miku hopping the border to represent my ancestors. There's some very interesting Mikus on this site. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't one like that. I thought that there was more though. I feel like I used to be able to see way more Mikus. Miku worldwide. This is open still. That's crazy. Maybe after I'm done with this, we'll do catch up on like a game or something. There's a couple of games on my library that I never got around to finishing. And I was so excited for it. Labyrinth of the Demon King was one of them. But I kind of rage quit it last time. So I'm gonna have to see. But my brain, who knows during the week what's gonna happen to my brain. Basically, here the plan is to pretty much go live during the week from 6 to 9. I think I'm gonna be taking Sundays off just so I can kind of get recuperated for work. But it might be Mondays, I don't know. I kind of got to see what works. Cuz like I can spend a good amount of time working after work if it's just the middle of the week, like a Tuesday, Wednesday or something, when I've pretty much done like shopping for the week and everything. Fridays are usually kind of hard. Tuesdays I work from home, so it's easy if I'm not going anywhere to just go live after work. But days where I'm in office, my brain is kind of rattled for a while, and it'll depend. There's certain work days where we're actually doing stuff on the weekends, so it's not going to be every day. But it would be nice to get into the habit of going live as soon as I can when I can. You know what I'm saying? But also not just, maybe just having days where I'm like playing a video game or something so that I'm not constantly coming home and then having to lock in for 12 hours a day. Some Chicano representation. Oh, hell yeah. The Hatsune Chola. Hell yeah. I don't speak Spanish, but I fuck with the vibe. The hair is very blue here. I feel like it's a shade off from the maybe it's just the color correction or something, but is this the same person? Oh, it is. Oh, this is cool. Wait, this is actually a good idea. You make yourself into like a little figurine. Oh wait, is that A? Wait, no. Oh, it is AI. I was gonna say, I feel like I remember someone or like a trend of that. I fuck with the vision though. Let me actually see Miku worldwide really quick. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Miku beam. Yeah, there are a lot of Mexican Mikus. This is cool. Day of the Dead face paint Miku. It's just like me for real. I felt like there was more. I feel like you used to be able to just go forever and ever. Maybe, I wonder if they were like purged at some point. There's only 382 images, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just control myself. Needs an Aztec Miku. Oh, that's a good idea. That's not a bad idea. Aztec Miku would be cool. I think there was a couple. There's some countries on that site that have really they get like really creative with the Mikus. And it definitely makes me think like, oh, I want to make a Miku, but it would have to be, you probably can only submit for your country, right? I think that makes sense. So American Miku is like what exactly? Okay, last time. I'm actually curious. I'll go on a tangent because I can do whatever I want. Let me see. Miku beam. I like this. Fishing Miku. This is pretty much what I was thinking too. You just fishing Miku. This looks just like a. I mean, it's like just like a picture of somebody, and then they. I'm gonna call the style police on this one. This is like barely Miku. I don't know if I would call this one Miku, but you know, it's still a lovely picture. This is cool. This is cool. This is American. I guess American can be just like whatever you want it to be. This is wonderful. Little alligator. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not seeing more like this with like American flags. Bay Area tech hipster Miku. Is there one in here? There's a lot of fishing Mikus. Florida Miku. That's cool. This is cool. This kind of reminds me of Herbs a little bit. These are the tech Mikus, the gas station Mikus. This is cool too. Rural Miku, NASCAR Miku. I like that it's just like an actual picture of a lighthouse bag. That's it? Damn. People need to up their game. Submit. This is the tech worker Miku. It's 20 degrees outside. It's the Wisconsin Miku. What a wonderful, wonderful website. Okay. Australia? Is that Vegemite? There you go. Steve Irwin Miku. All right. Never thought I'd see you scrolling through the Miku fandom. I think Hatsune Miku is wonderful. Ahead of its time, ahead of their time, her time. And I'm happy it's still going strong. And the Miku worldwide is absolutely goated. It's absolutely goated. You know what I'm saying? Big fan. Kind of like the OG VTuber, I guess. I don't know many like Miku stands though. Like big, super into the Miku culture. But, you know, I still respect it. I fuck with the vision. All right, I actually have like a more visual plan for this. I need to be a bit more decisive off the bat, or not decisive, but I need to know exactly what I want the thing to look like so that I'm not constantly changing the concept. And I think this is fine. I think it's fine. And I basically just want to make the inside like draped cloth, and the outside is going to be the same but a little bit darker. So I still don't know what Miku is or why she's popular. Some singer or something. Yeah, Miku is a Vocaloid. So it's like a VTuber that sings basically, and they do concerts. So like here, Coachella 2024. I'm gonna mute that really quick. So if you remember the Tupac hologram, it's a little bit similar. Let's see, I just want to see the appearance here. Like it's like this basically. Jesus, epilepsy warning. So they'll show up and they'll do all kinds of movement and stuff. It really was like the first VTuber. But they only really existed as a performance though. So I think it's probably not fair to say VTuber because they weren't streaming, you know what I mean? They weren't live streaming. They're not like Hololive or whatever. Although when I first heard of Hololive, I thought that they were all Vocaloids. I still don't really understand all that stuff, but they don't do, because they sing too, but they're also owned under some like, they're like indentured servants to some like organization or something. I don't think they have like, they don't have like the freedom that Miku does. Although I also don't know who owns the rights to Miku. But I'm assuming it's one singer. I'm pretty sure. But why her? I mean, why anybody, right? It's like, why, for a VTuber, why that model? You know what I mean? Why is it them? It's them. It's like that personality, right? They treat it like it can't be changed the same way, you know, you can't change like the person, any kind of streamer. Must be a million of her, but why is, well, she was kind of the first one that just got really popular, right? I mean, I feel like that same question could probably be applied to anything that ended up being popular, with that there's like a million of. For whatever reason, maybe we could do a little bit of lore diving. Why did Hatsune Miku get popular? Maybe there's something into that. Accessibility, high quality voice synthesis technology. Oh, here we go. Reddit can tell me. Hi r/Vocaloid. I'm doing research for a future U video that I plan to make in the future. I would like to ask everyone on the subreddit something. Why do you think Hatsune Miku has so much influence on the internet? I will read all the answers as part of the investigation. Greatly appreciate it. A lot of people tell you about how she's a pop star that pretty much cannot die, but to be honest, I think this video from 9 years ago will help fill you in. Okay, I'm not gonna watch this, but it's only 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna watch this. Okay, it's just about things. Is Hatsune Miku a better pop star than Justin Bieber? Maybe. Nico helped her become popular a lot. Niku Niku was a place where creative people gathered, and with Miku, people started to make songs, and visual creators started to make illustrations and videos. Oh, to go with the songs, dancers danced to Miku's songs. Utaiti? I don't know what this word is. Utaiti? Sang Miku's song, and it was kind of an explosion. The creative energy was amazing. I thought it was a little bit more manufactured than that, but bet it's porn? I don't think so. I think most of I mean, it's like it's kind of like people's interest in like K-pop and other pop stars and stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, it doesn't have to be in a sexual way. It's like an appreciation of that art, you know what I mean? Like, people like the music and they like the aesthetic of Miku. It doesn't really have to be super insane, right? Miku's the first real example of a virtual celebrity, and we didn't even need AI to make it happen. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think the difference with Miku is that it's treated like a more earnest person, or a more earnest attempt at being a person than something like an AI, like the Grok AI girlfriend thing, because there's a level of like human, I guess like human genuineness that people get from Miku that they wouldn't get from like the Grok AI girl thing. I'm sure there's people who feel strongly against Miku or whatever, but I always thought it was a really cool thing. That it was something that actually did kind of push what people's conception of like a popular person could be or whatever. And I mean, it's not like humans have ever worshipped things that aren't people, right? I guess in a conventional sense, at the very least. I mean, idolization goes back to day one, so it's not surprising to me that something like Miku is popular. But there's like a utility to it too. They're making music, and there's like expectations behind performances in music too. So yeah, she has recognizable design and silhouette. That's true. It's kind of funny because I feel like Hatsune Miku is kind of a visually noisy aesthetic. Like, I should have just tried to guess what she usually wears, because like I feel like every time I look at her, I realize she's wearing something different than what I thought before. Because she's wearing like a sleeveless suit. I mean, I guess in her most. So can I just search like original? Because there's so many. Also, the most iconic thing I think is the hair. So like people will put this sort of hair on anything, and then, you know, all of a sudden your brain thinks like, oh, it's Hatsune Miku. But in reality, they're wearing like a sleeveless suit, like a very specific arm thing. They have a tie, their hair clips. They're kind of like sci-fi and future, you know, but it's the hair. It's really the hair. So it's kind of like a cross of a bunch of things coming together. Is Miku's idolization underrated compared to that god dude who dropped a couple books and called it quits? Wait, who? Are you talking about I feel like there's a lot of people like that. Oh, actual god. Well, to be fair, he didn't write the books. Didn't the prophets do that? At least for the Abrahamic religions, it was what? I don't remember. I think Muhammad did the Quran way after. But originally... Wait, who wrote the first Bible? I feel like I should know that. Although I'm Catholic, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know the ones. Himmel from Frieren is just male Miku. Fair. Moses. Oh, was Moses the original writer? Who wrote first Bible? Frieren. My brain, whenever I hear Frieren now, I think of the Frieren cleavage site from which had to do with a COVID lab leak debate that was like 12 hours long, and it had like $100,000 on the line, and there was this part of the, God, I don't want to repeat it wrong, but like a part of the cell that could where the COVID little things attached to, and it was called the Frieren cleavage site, and that doesn't exist in like a certain strain that could have been released from the lab or something like that, and because it was arguing for wet market. Anyway, you don't need to know all that, but in the wet now, let me see. Frieren, I think it's called Frieren. I don't fucking know how to spell it. Frieren cleavage site. I don't want to accidentally get TOS'd here. I swear to God, I'm not crazy. Frieren cleavage site. Okay, I'm very glad I did not search this up here. Okay, I swear I'm not crazy. I would have been insta banned if I tried to do whatever. I'm spelling it wrong. Frieren. I gotta message someone and ask. SARS-CoV-2, Furin. It's spelled F-U-R-N. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's this thing though. Hold on. Okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna go into it, but it did have to do with COVID. I swear to God, I'm not crazy, but I just spelled it wrong. Whatever. Anyway, all of the characters are Miku. Oh, they are all Miku. Every single one of them, even though none of them have ponytails. I like the duo thing. See a character pattern here? I see a bunch of very diverse individuals. This one's got the hair, kind of. They're not quite the cyan hair, though. They're all blue. Maybe they all have the same dad or mom. These characters are either super shy or super sadistic. I'll take your word for it. First Bible, Moses. Oh, because he saw the bush burning, right? He saw the bush burning, and then God was like, collect my pages, and then he did. I think that's how that worked. History.com got me. I'm not going to read it, but I trust the process. Good research. Anyway, Hatsune Miku is famous because she's goated and iconic. Don't get it twisted. Give him a main character quest. I know, yeah. Main quest. Hey, buddy. I mean, yeah, religious history is very fascinating to me. Because it is totally like, I feel like it ends up being the inspiration for so many games and stories and all kinds of things. So it's like it really is it really is like a main quest. It's like, please write my book right now and get a bunch of people to understand my words. Okay, it's the only way they can be saved. You're my only hope, Mario. You have to convert everybody. So pretty sure that's how that worked. If I IRC correctly. I think that's fine, if I'm being honest. Thankfully, this is just a what's it called? Like a single plane, so I don't have to worry too much about the UV. I'm actually tempted to split it right here, but I think what I'll do is this, since it is pretty different. So I derailed the stream with Mika, that's okay. I much prefer a derailed stream than one where I'm falling asleep. So I'm too ADHD to be focusing on one thing. I'm gonna need all kinds of random stuff happening. I need to know, I need to know about like drama and random things that are happening. So at some point I'll probably get updated about something happening, whether it's political or Mizkif related, and I'm gonna be focusing on that. But until then, this is what I'm doing. I might have made this too short. Let me see. Led to the creation of JoJo Part 7, so I'd call the Bible a W true. There you go. I think we can all thank the Bible for some part of our lives, right? Surely. I got to drink wine at a really young age, so thanks Jesus for that one. You know what I'm saying? I kind of have like a general shape that I'm going for here. I think that's it. I'm gonna stop touching it. So when it comes to unwrapping this, I could just be lazy and like do this, but I wanted to have a little bit more character than that, so I'm gonna do this here. I'll do like the face unwrap. You know what I mean? Where it's got it's like the skull, it's like the skull splitter, you know? Line straight down the middle, and then you can pull it apart like you're doing like surgery on it or something, but oops. I should really set up like a default thing here, so I can always just open the UV editor. But so this guy, why don't I just do a little angle based action here? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty okay. All right. The question is, do I have a texture that I'd be interested in applying to this? I want it to be like cloth, but pretty much everything I've been doing for textures nowadays, except for these, I drew these, but I like to just go out and take pictures of like the ground and concrete and stuff, and then you know, crunch them in GIMP and then turn them into textures. And I don't think I've done that with cloth, and I'm probably gonna have to make some striations that I wouldn't really be able to see in a natural setting. So unless I take some picture, but I also don't like taking pictures from Google because it's like boring. So I'm gonna see if I have any pictures here. I have a photo thing somewhere. Where is it? So I do have these. This one's okay, but I'm probably gonna need more of them. Also, it's cut off around the edge. This is actually the picture that I used for some of this material here. It's not what's the word I'm looking for? Pleated. You know, like a pleated skirt or whatever. These feel a little bit too broad. I want something that's like curtains. Like really like scrunched up curtains. Which I'm probably going to end up just having to make anyway. But this could be done. This could be done right now if I really wanted to. And I feel like whenever I add a person to my scenes, maybe they overstay their welcome. But I don't know. We're doing this for fun. Maybe I'll just get something on the page so I can kind of do some editorializing later. I think I'll do that. I'll just open that one again. All right, where is it? Plus it's about that color I'm looking for. Where to thing it? Dude, I'm such a boomer. I need to organize my folders a little bit better. I have a folder called Place, and I keep thinking of Hassan every time I see it. Okay, here I found this. Open with GIMP. Shot caller stream when? Oh, it's opening on the wrong side. That's fine. Okay. Oh. Keep. Okay, I don't know why those opened there. There we go. Okay, so this is quite crazy. I mean, pretty much what I want to do is like this image is so big. How big is this image? It's probably like 4,000? 4,000 by 3,000? Yeah. 4032 by 20, 3024. I think I'm gonna just kind of crudely overlap some of these and make like the general shape that I'm going for, because the strat here is to just lower everything like crazy. Or like when you crunch everything down, you can sort of do whatever you want with it, you know what I mean? You can kind of make it into whatever shape you feel like. Do you usually take pics of random stuff? Yeah, usually. I don't know the last time I've ever taken a picture from like the internet for anything, unless it's like for reference or something. I think I tend to just find really weird surfaces in real life and I'm like, that would be a really good texture for something. So unless I'm drawing it. So for example, like in this scene, this, you know, wood or this like stone kind of texture is from like a concrete surface, but the figures on the side I just drew, like I just went GIMP and just kind of took the pictures and sort of like embedded them a bit. And then this wood is like a combination of some wood pictures that I took and stuck together. And then I did draw these like leaves though too. And the water I did not actually draw myself. I think it was like a noise texture that I found, and then I just changed the color of it. I actually don't remember where I got this water texture. I originally used it for a different scene, but this wood pattern bussin' for real. See, so this is the strat. You know, I also could be using Photoshop too if I really felt like it, because I actually do have Photoshop now. But I'm gonna go ahead and take it by this much, and then we'll put it like here. And that'll be fine. And then maybe I'll take another one and move it like here. I don't want to cover up a spot that I like though. So this, because the spot is so clean, I'll just, actually no, I won't do that. I'll move it here. It's gonna be really rough anyway, so it's probably fine. You know what, actually, no, it's fine. It can be a little bit weird, you know what I mean? New job, you got an Adobe account? So my, yeah, where I work, we get the, what's it called? I haven't tested it, so I'm pretty sure, but we have like staff access to Creative Cloud, I'm pretty sure. Cause I got my, it's funny because the only one I really cared about was, Acrobat. I can open my PDFs now, but, yeah, Acrobat, I have access to. I haven't tested Photoshop yet. Wait, I just realized I covered this, and I didn't mean to. But yeah, I'm balling now. But I still, to be honest, I still like GIMP. I'm a big GIMP enjoyer. Mostly because I'm not doing anything too crazy, you know what I mean? I think if I was like a concept artist or something, or if I had like an actual art job, I would probably just bite the bullet and then get way better with Photoshop. But I have like a stubborn level of resentment for Photoshop and Premiere because I like the open source aspect of what's it called? GIMP. I pretty much just want to take this much of this. What do you do? So I'm working in financial aid right now. So I'm technically a financial aid counselor, which pretty much means I do like half of it is like administrative work and the other half is and the other half is like helping students, like counseling and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's like my job that I was doing in undergrad basically, but there's a lot more a lot more responsibility, and there's also a lot more work to do. So it's a big adjustment for me, but you know, I'm very, very, very thankful to be where I'm at. It does work against my body's natural sleeping patterns though, but that's more of a skill issue than anything else. Although I think some people are just naturally more awake in the morning, but we'll get there one day, inshallah. But yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it is rewarding in the sense that like I'm able to like help people too. So even if I'm having like a day where I'm like, oh my God, I'm fried, it's like at least I'm able to help people with some of their issues. Do I want the corners to be okay? Here's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then I'm gonna offset it by its width, so that way I can like do this. You know what I mean? Does the government shutdown affect my job? I mean, technically yes, but we're like a state entity, so we aren't really affected in any meaningful ways beyond it, like legislation and funding for certain Department of Education. How do I say this? Like, the Department of Education is still processing FAFSAs. It's the Department of Education is still deemed as like essential. So I don't know if people in the DOE are getting paid, but I'm getting paid, and the Department of Education is still processing FAFSAs. So we are affected, And you know what affected us a lot more actually is the one big dog shit bill. But as far as the government shutdown goes, like we're kind of just, you know, we're still playing ball, we're still helping students, we're still doing everything. So yeah. Hell yeah, go Cali. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm very, very, very thankful to be in California. Like, you know, say whatever you want about Gavin Newsom, but I do feel like at the very least he's representative of our needs and interests here. So we're up bigly. You know what I'm saying? We are up bigly. Insulin's cheap. California is goated. Newsom's interns are making psychotic tweets. Love to see it. So what else can you really ask for? Okay, I'm thinking this is pretty good. Wow, this is such a dense image. It's pretty funny. What is he saying? I'll show you. Gavin Newscum. He's basically like schizo posting, but where is he? Wait, where's his actual account? It's not on Truth Social, right? Hold on. Wait, is this it? No, this isn't him. There's like so many fake accounts. Gavin Newsom. Okay, why was that so hard to find? Whatever. So he's actually like pushing back against the administration in a more, in a more terminally online way. JD's a fraud. I mean, he's like not spineless, which is, I feel like, kind of a lot to ask for from some politicians nowadays. He was what's it called? He was kind of like mimicking Donald Trump, and it was so funny because people were like people on the right were just trying to say, oh, you're so, you know, unoriginal in acting like an idiot on social media. It's like so dumb. Like, think about who started. It's like, dude, that's literally the point, bro. Like, he's trying to hold a mirror to you and be like, you're a fool. You're absolutely foolish. But fact check, nobody wants you here. You will ruin one of America's greatest cities. True. Please do not come to SF, my brother. Please. So, oh wait, I think there were supposed to be ice raids today. Let me see what's up with that. My brother sent me a thing and was like, oh, they're coming today. Because I think he called off the National Guard, which is cool. Oh, he called off immigration enforcement. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just the National Guard. But he talked to Lori, and Lori was like, nope. So, I don't know. But him and Newsom had been, I mean, obviously they're butting heads because they're like polar opposites. But, you know, having a politician who's a little bit edgy on the left is, I think, what we need right now. Okay, this is going to the right, right? I basically want to just take this and split it like here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do with this, oops. Is pull up these colors a bit to like here. And I don't need it to be super, super visible, but I want to pretty much, I don't know how possible this will really be, but I want it to look like they're a little bit more bulging out. outwards. So like here maybe? That's pretty good. I did actually want to make something in Hammer too. I think there's probably going to be a day or a couple days or a month or however long where I'm going to be painting, like actual painting. For a couple reasons. I still want to paint actual textures and then incorporate like actual painted textures into the stuff that I'm doing. And also there's, oh wait, isn't today Warhammer Day? Wait, were there announcements that I missed? I mean, did they announce anything? No. Is today not Warhammer Day? Am I just dumb? They announced these guys. Okay, maybe I guess there's just nothing. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. I can't really tell if this is working. If I'm being a hundo %. I think the move here, maybe like, because I know that these are basically just like solid striations, and I don't want to lose all of the character that they have here, but I'm pretty okay with this, to be honest. I think I could just work on it forever and do some crazy stuff, but all I really care about is, oh, I made it too small by accident. I really care about is like the griminess, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna like take some of these things and like put them around here, just like fake some artifacts. A little bit of that. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but seeing the Emeru Mizkif stuff really made me want to play Rust, because they started talking about it, and I'm just like, started thinking back to those, you know, the summer nights playing Rust. I'm like, oh man, what a time. It's very different when you're obviously I wasn't involved in streamer drama or anything like that, so all of my memories from Rust are very very like high energy, nostalgic. I feel like, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but we always had an issue where like Chinese and Russian gangs would, or like what are they called? Like factions, or what's like your group called? I guess clans. They're a clan. So like Chinese and Russian clans would always just raid our bases when we were asleep. It's just like a time zone thing, I guess. So like we would do everything we needed to do during the day, and then we'd wake up and we'd be like, what the hell happened? And then, you know, we would find out which clan did it, and then realize there's no way we were gonna be able to do anything, because they mob deep too. It's not like, you know, 1 or 2 guys or something. There's always like tons of people. But yeah, I respect the hustle. I definitely respect the grind. I think I will try and even out the disparity here on this a bit. I'm actually a little tempted to make this repeating towards the top too. I have no clue you're talking about Russian gangs in Rust. No, in Rust. Because basically on the servers that we play, like, I didn't really get super deep into all the, you know, how everything and the intricacies work and everything, but we would play on a server that wipes once a month, I think. And there's clans that consist of like Russian players and Chinese players where their time zone worked in a way such that like they were usually all online and active when we were asleep. So, you know, your base is still there when you get off. So we would, you know, do what we needed to do during the day. And then when we would sleep, like the gangs or the clans, like the Russian and Chinese clans would just invade our base while we were asleep. And there really wasn't much we could do about it. And I mean, to be fair, even if we were online, it's not like we could do anything. It was like me and my like 3 friends. And we would just like, we'd be like, oh, we did a good job today. And then wake up and it's like we were like raided by 40 people or something. So Rust is a magical game. Rust is just an absolutely magical game. I would love to be connected with like a larger group of people that would want to do something like that. Just like have like a Rust server and just do some Rust stuff. You know, or maybe even like Minecraft or something. Me and Nerdy Punk Devil start a server. You can count on that. Raid them back, duh. These people's bases, you know, looked like Anne or Londo from like Dark Souls or something. They looked like Gothic temples. There was no way we were ever going to be able to get into any of these bases. I think every time we try to do anything, we would get absolutely bopped. I remember one time there was a clan that was fighting a much more powerful clan, and so me and my buddies were like rats, and we're just kind of like on the perimeter watching them fight each other. And then I think one of them was kind of a little bit outside from the rest, and my friend like bopped him, and the person that he like assassinated had a sniper. It was like an op. I think he called it something else. I think he called it a bolty. It was like a pretty good sniper. And so my friend goes over and grabs it from him. He's like, yo, I got a bolty. And then he runs back to the base. And we're all like, oh, cool. And then we realize, you know, they saw that. They saw what happened. And then like next thing we know, like 20 guys are just outside of our base talking to us. And they're like, hey, we saw what you did. Just like give us the bolty and we won't demolish your base. And we're like, oh. And then I think we panicked for a while, but then after a while, we're like, okay, just like give us a second. And we're like prepared at the door, just like waiting for them to barge in. And then I think after a while, they just blew up our front door, came in and just killed us all. And they didn't destroy our base or anything, but they did take the bolty, and they probably I think they raided us too. But yeah, that was so funny. That's what happens when you try and get back in one of them big gangs. You know what I mean? What is the best way to find textures I can use commercially? There's websites that have them for free. I'm pretty sure texture.com does. I have some resources in the Discord, I think, about textures. I could actually double check. I feel like playing a game I have no clue what. That's a good question. Have you ever played Wobble Dogs? I was playing Wobble Dogs not that long ago because I bought it. It was actually pretty good. If you like doggies. Trolley U is out right now. I actually need to get that. There's so many games that I just haven't played. You could play Hylix or Hylix 2. I never finished Hylix 2. I'm a fake Hylix fan. Jazzpunk is goated. Half Sword, you could play Half Sword. God, I love Half Sword. This one I need to play. I need to play this game. I like absolutely need to play this game. I feel like such a fake indie enjoyer for not playing it. CS is still here. Barotraum is goated. Bro got CSS and dude, of course I do. Why wouldn't I have Counter-Strike Source installed? It's the best game in the world. Yeah, but what about images you're using to make them? What do you mean? The for PSX, PS1 stuff? Well, I mean, these images I'm just taking myself and then editing, because this is like 4,000 pixel image that I'm going to crunch into 128 probably, and it's going to look like doo-doo butt cheeks, but that's fine because there's a little bit of magic in the letting Jesus take the wheel when I compress it, you know what I mean? As long as I can get the general shapes I want, that's all I really care about. But the texture shows up from my lack of proper motor skills and poor coordination by using my mouse. That's why I'm not an illustrator. I want to make, but I want to make textures for games, so I can't just use any image. Well, I mean, texture.com, I don't get why wouldn't you want to use texture.com? Texture.com has a bunch of free images that you could just use and compress. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to make them be like 32 by 32 or something, right? Do some surf or bee hopping. Can you, I would, before Counter-Strike Go turned into Counter-Strike 2, I was bee hopping quite a bit, but then I was too lazy to downgrade to CSGO, so I just uninstalled it. Otherwise, I would be, I have my bee hopping phases, benders, I will say, where I am just, or not bee hopping. There's bee hopping involved, but more so surfing, because surfing is so therapeutic. One time I joined a Christian surf server and they kicked me. My name had diabetes, saying gluttony's a sin. Oh my God. I was like 11, classic. I bet they weren't even Christian. They were just like LARPers. If I can't find something I need, like something really niche, like, well, you just make it yourself. If you're making something that's really niche, you're going to just need to make it yourself, right? Or what you can do is like, you kind of work through other larger textures and then combine those into something else that you need. So if you're going to make like a potion or something, you could find some water texture and then change the color and then compress it and then make it, you know, make it into that specific, you know, let it fit that specific role. It doesn't have to just exist as that way. I think one thing that I will do sometimes that's bad is if I'm looking online for something specific, like if I'm looking for kind of a design that I want to use as a reference, sometimes I look way too specifically for something, and I think it's bad. I think it's better to kind of have like a mood board that you use, so that when you are making the thing yourself, it doesn't really look exactly like anything. It looks closer to what you're conceptually trying to make, as opposed to just looking like something that already exists. But using things that already exist as references is I think the most effective way to practice like drawing skills and stuff, which I don't do anymore because I'm a boomer. So, you know what I'm saying? But the point is the texture though. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, is my method there. So let's say I'm just gonna open Paint, I guess. Let me understand if I'm getting this correct. So what you want is like, let's say you want to make like a potion. Okay, you want to make your little potion. So you have your idea here. This is your potion that you want to make. And you've made the model. Okay, you've made the model, but you need your texture. So you're going to unwrap it. I mean, if it's low poly, it's probably going to be like way less than this, right? But let's say this is your texture. So you need your texture that's going to go on it. You could pretty much just make a thing that's flat, and you're not going to be finding, like you could literally take a picture of a wine bottle or something, you know what I mean? Like you could take a picture of a wine bottle, and then you have, what you really want here is like the glass kind of texture, and then also the label too. So then you like clone stamp it out. So you take the material from the label, and then take the material from the label, and then, you know, you basically spread that across the texture. So like this is the actual texture here. Texture. And then this is like the ref, right? So like this is the glass or whatever. You would just like clone stamp it and then try and make like a what's it called? Like a looping or a seamless texture here. just kind of this material. You could clone stamp it, you could draw, you could sort of fill in the gaps, and then same thing with the label. So you have the label, you know, which says some bullshit. You could like print that label right here, just kind of do your best to straighten it out, and then just cover it with like the rest of the, I used the same green, that was dumb. You cover it with like the rest of the thing, you know what I mean? And then you take the glass and then you do the same thing down here, and it's like, there you go. So it's like you can use whatever you want. You know what I mean? Some like really niche item or prop. Too many verbs, my PC exploded, true. Yeah, this is too many. 128 by 128, that's low-key kind of big. That's like around the texture size that I've been using recently though, just because it's stretching along pretty large objects. I think 128 is kind of the sweet spot when it comes to getting the detail I want, but I think the problem is if you don't really put a lot of love and care into your textures, then the model will not look very good. So I think that's kind of one of my weaknesses. So I'm not very good at the texturing aspect. So sometimes 128 will feel like too much because I didn't put enough detail into it, and then sometimes it doesn't feel like enough because I don't get all the detail I want from a 64 by 64. But at the end of the day, it's more about the texel density than anything else. So you can have a much larger texture, but if the detail you want comes through in a smaller form, then it's like fine, I guess. Asmongold called diagram moment. Does he do stuff like that? I know like XQC kind of does. Will be like, yeah, this is how you, but XQC does like psychotic drawings. Be like, give this thing, and you do this. Although he'll draw like shapes. He'll be like talking to somebody, and then he'll just be like doing these kinds of things. Whenever eventually someone will need to prove me wrong in voice chat, and then they'll join, and then they'll debate me, and I'll be drawing in this. Do you use Shoebox? I actually have Shoebox installed. I use it sometimes. I think Photoshop has a better tool than Shoebox. Like Photoshop, you have a lot, I guess that goes without saying just because Photoshop is goated, but Photoshop has the warp ability, which you can do in GIMP, but it's a little bit handicapped. I think Shoebox is fine, but it's a little bit too simple, and I feel like I always end up deleting my textures by accident. I think my goal is to become the next Fears to Fathom streamer bait horror dev. Well, there you go. Fears to Fathom, what is that? I want to play horror games. I'll probably buy a lot of assets to save time. Yeah, tons of PSX packs out there. It's my PSX door. Yeah, I did. Skills, you never heard Fears to Fathom? I have not. Fears to Fathom. F2F. Is it only the DLC? What is this?
About a month ago, they were hiking with their families. They went off
2023. They have a mega fandom. I did hear about. I mean, like I said, I've kind of been out of the gaming loop. I honestly was sort of. I was not doing any looking into video games. Although this is from
WB. As we embrace the first snowfall of the season, there's nothing like a perfect song to set the mood. So here's a track that'll make you feel right at home. Coming up next, Be Sincere by Neb and Ultimate.
Wait, so what do you do in this game?
And stay tuned.
I mean, this looks really, really cool. It's a horror series loosely based on true stories that viewers have submitted to the developer. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. There's a couple games that I've been curious about. One of them is Mouthwashing, and the other is Voices of the Void. Like those two, I hear a lot of things about. Wait, I think I have heard of this. I think you showed me this. This is a horror game? Where's the horror? Midwest? The Midwest is the horror, I guess, being in Wisconsin. Oh, Ouija board. Queso has a cameo, really? We're spooky. An episodic horror. Sounds cool. The aftermath of Pirate Software. Has Pirate Software done anything recent? I'm surprised people still care. Hot take, I think Pirate Software got too much hate for all the stuff. Jesus. What's even going on in Steam? Oh no, not Marvel Rivals. No. Outer Worlds. There's so many in my, I think everybody has an experience where their library is full of games that they never played that they need to. Bro admits no wrongdoing, pirate abandonware. Well, yeah, but I mean, he's just like a super narcissist, right? That's kind of the same thing that happened with Hassan. Is like, it's not even like what he did was a big deal. It was more just like a straw that broke the camel's back kind of thing, because you sort of got to see the whole effect in full circle. Whereas like Pirate Software, I don't know how like committed his community is to defending him on his stuff. I feel like if anything, his community was giving him crap more so. About like, dude, you may, I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, to be honest. I played it a bit during Shadowlands, but certainly not enough to know what the fuck was happening with all that. And his community, I feel like, was tearing him apart for all that. All that stuff. No one likes people who blatantly ignore evidence against him / won't own up to anything. Yeah, that's true, but you know, I also wonder what happens if he just owned up to it. Do you think he would have gained more viewers, or would he be worse off? Because he was in an interesting position where I feel like he did his thing where he played the YouTube algorithm and then got a lot of interactions from that. And then people started watching his stream. He got involved in the drama stuff. Do you think he would have just faded away if he didn't do that? Because I kind of feel like that ended up just working in his favor, right? Like him doing the drama stuff and just straight up being like, oh guys, it was not my fault, you know, it was what was actually his excuse? He said that he did the right thing by pulling out. He was essentially told to pull out, but then all that, and then there's something else. But then people started bringing up the furry stuff, and I don't know. I lost the plot really early on. I kind of understood the WoW thing, but like, just say sorry and move on. 100% think people would have respected him more. Well, yeah, they probably would have respected him more, but I don't think respect equals viewership, right? It's like nowadays, it's a lot of streamers don't really care. Like streamers like that, streamers who are like pretty big, I think. I would say he was pretty big. He was like around 10K, I think. It's much less about the money, you know, and like the stability that comes with being consistent or being like seen as a good person or whatever, than the views that you'll get from being controversial. And I feel like, I don't think he purposefully played into it, but I understand that he is essentially, I don't think it's fair for me to say like, oh, he's a narcissist or whatever, but he's very clearly narcissistic when it comes to his own accolades and perception of himself. And the idea that he was wrong about something just is not, it certainly didn't compute in his head. And I mean, we talked about the Dr. K stuff too. And the Dr. K stuff was like, oh my God, bro, you need to, it's okay to like, you know, I don't know, whatever. I'm just an outsider. What do I know? You know what, guys, you're right. I made a mistake. That's all you had to do. Well, yeah, exactly. Manage them. Insta-banned. Oh, you're banned from Pirate Software's everything. Well, yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, same thing. You could say the same thing about a lot of people, the things that people have done, but it's like, hey, you know, you're still talking about him, right? imagine if he did own up to it right away, nobody would be talking about it. And that's kind of my point. It's like, yes, he could have just owned up to it, and then people wouldn't have really cared. They would be like, oh, he got his hardcore team killed in WoW, and it would be a big deal for like 20 minutes. But I think the sensationalization of that kind of stuff makes it feel like it's gonna last forever, and in reality it lasts a day, and then people move on with their lives. Like even things that people think are going to be a big deal, like that don't really affect them very much, like I don't know, I was gonna say, never mind. There's certain things that people think are going to matter a lot down the line, and they end up fading into obscurity because they're played correctly. And I think if Pirate Software owned up to it immediately, people wouldn't have talked about him as much. And people might lose respect for him, but we're still talking about him. So that's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot more to be gained in attention than there is in like virtue. So not saying that it's the right thing to do if you're trying to be a good person or something, but people give a lot of attention to that kind of stuff. But he also doesn't even really do does he still do game dev stuff? I feel like he kind of completely switched to just do jaming. Just straight jaming. I could be wrong about that. I've never really watched one of his streams. I watched a little bit of his stuff, and I kind of found him to be a little bit, just a little bit like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I feel like I'm being told that I'm stupid about something, and then explained to that there is an objectively correct way to do it, and they're declaring it, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't even ask. But I'm also not on that part of the internet, really, I think. So I don't go on YouTube. Okay, I think this is fine for right now, if I'm being honest. I might actually pull this, or like equalize this area down by taking this color, and then let me see what I could cover it with. I kind of want to homogenize it a little bit. It feels too contrasty. A little bit too contrasted. Let's see, how dark is this? This is way down here, so let's like mid-tone it, I guess. I just think the light areas are a little bit too light. Shout out all my square brush enjoyers. If you're not a square brush enjoyer, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, should I post? Oh, it's 8:30. I think I'll post that one thing. I need to keep up my Twitter now, because people actually followed me on Twitter, which I did not expect that. But that rolling thing, I did kind of want to caption it though, because I feel like one thing I'm really bad at is like talking about the work I'm doing, which is sort of another reason why I wanted to actually stream too, so I could like have a little bit out there insofar as, why I'm doing stuff or what it is that I'm doing. Okay, where is Twitter? I mean X. Sorry, Shweelon Schlusk. We can take a Twitter break. I'm making a horror game that pretends you're a Nintendo DS. Cool.
Girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go.
Wait, did he just go live? Wait. What is this picture? When is that from? He went live an hour ago. Okay, chill. Dude, I missed it. It was an hour. It was a 40-minute stream. I missed him going live. Uh-oh. Raid 2 has made an estimated 1.4 mil from his entire Fears to Fathom series. Wow. That's pretty good.
First time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go.
We love a
The
successful
first year of our
indie.
relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of
He wrote something.
2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat.
Hmm.
I'm brushing my teeth.
What is this painting?
Right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed.
Thanks for the
Lob it over
demonstration.
because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone. That's it.
Wait, okay, well, that's it?
And when she...
It's
that's
so
the whole
Jover.
thing.
Did
I
not
didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very
I mean, they
clear. I never
dated.
threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my or my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped.
If she's gonna be pressing charges against him, did she say she was gonna press charges? Because I don't know if you're supposed to be making public statements if somebody's gonna. I think he's doing a restraining order. I guess I won't watch this whole thing, but I'll have to keep up with that lore. I don't think so. She just wanted to call him out because he's doing it to someone else now. Oh, I see.
To stop talking about
And she wanted
stalkers
to
and
move on.
schizos as a whole. Stop talking about past relationships.
I told her to dress older, stop pranking Petunia.
And yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know
it's so funny seeing his chat and then
my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything.
Everyone else is
right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person, and I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic.
6, 7.
The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because
Is that what she said?
I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to
Jesus, man. Why is somebody else on things? Wrong caller. He's gone now. Is this true? Everyone wants to be a web dev. Nobody wants game dev. Game dev has an I'm unemployed vibe. I remember one time he complained on Twitter about not having saved enough of his income to pay property tax on his $900,000 house and didn't know what to do. And people were like, sell the house, chief. First world problems. Yeah. I mean, did he gamble his money away or something? I mean, he was one of the most successful streamers ever, right? I mean, surely he had a ton saved up. Although, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of people who were pretty young who acquired a lot of like wealth from streaming and stuff and were not as financially responsible from it. Oh my god. The collar stuff. Puggies. Wow. That's crazy. Pretty crazy. XQC says Mizkif stalked Emery after finding out she found a safe space for Mizkif. Why is XQC here though? We need XQC's opinion on it. Oh, I came on here to post. Okay, let me post my thing and then get out. $900,000 for a house is pretty good though. Isn't he living in LA? Stream your stream key. Yeah, I got you. I got you, buddy. Where is it? Oh, lock in, lock in, lock in. I'm locked in. Finals. Crop. Boom. This is the one I like. I'll let it upload. I feel like I should put a caption that isn't just like a title or something, you know what I mean? Dab? Oh, dab. Thank you. Thank you for the dab. You know, beat your name. Your name has o at the end of it. And you know what else had o on it? The one of the casings that was used in Utah about a month ago. You had something to say, Beat? You have 16 points saved up for dance. Oh my god. We'll add something. We'll add something. What did I call this one? I called this rolling. This is more where I just want to like lie down. Be like, this is this. Whoops, why am I out? This is what I have to say. Nice. Classic. 18 years ago. It's got 48 million views, 47 million views. Wow. Sussy. Where I want to lie. Wait, you don't put I need a grammatical check here. When you're lying down, you're not lying down, you're laying down, right? Or do you lie down? Is it lay or lie? Lie down. You just lie down when you're reclining yourself. Lie is an intransitive verb that does not take a directional object. Use lay down when you are placing an object down. Oh. I know there is a band. As I lay down. I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Well, what it sounds like, your English is just technically correct. Lie down is used when the thing receiving the action and the thing doing the action are the same. So I would say I'm lying down. What? He lies down. I'm lying down. The cat lies down. So lay is when you're laying something. So if I wanted to say I lie down, the cat lies down. Lay is when the object receiving the action is yeah. So like if I was gonna lay down an object, I would say I'm laying down this object. But if I was gonna lay down, I would say I'm lying down. Yes, lay the table, set the table are interchangeable in British. That's called transitivity. Interesting. She lay down. Well, it sounds like it's lie down. This is where I want to lie. Or do I say lay down? Is this a stupid title? I'll just call it rolling. It's not even that deep. It's pretty much like I feel like this, saying that I would want to lie down there describes every single one of the things that I've made, right? You know what I'm saying? What turn of events led to this being the topic? Because I was thinking if I said I wanted to lie down here, would I say I want to lie down here or lay down here? But I think it's lie because I'm doing the lie. So I'm going to lie down here. There, boom. It's up. We're up bigly. Oh wow, look at that. Pixel art on my Twitter feed. Not even trees are safe. What's going on here? I like this. I like when people do this. They'll make the they'll take like images and then that becomes like UI. So what else did Miz say? Let's see. Miz.
Then got back together because we thought we could.
Let's see.
We broke up.
I started to advance the next day or the next stage because this is when they were lying down together and he like put her hands on her and kissed her. I immediately sprung up and was scared. The way she described it, she's like he jumped up like a cat.
Up for about a month. Then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food. And then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss.
She said that she was crying though. She said that she was crying because of something that happened. So he hasn't talked about that yet though. I feel like he barely said shit. Well, he talked for 40 minutes. I mean, I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
She said that she was
but shut out Yeet.
Okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
Yeah, even someone asked in chat too, was she crying
But
at the
we
time?
got back together.
Just threw his phone and
soon
said,
afterwards.
nuh-uh.
And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want. And Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and
Very
she cannot
true.
argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years.
So, so he's saying that she said that. I thought that that's what she said that Mizkif wanted, that they were planning out their whole lives together, or that he wanted to plan his life out.
And I just
with
looked
her.
at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxic.
Or maybe I just don't remember what she said. I do remember her saying that he didn't want to settle down, and then he like went to Japan.
Toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you." Or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't.
We didn't finish this one.
and I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person.
I think we did actually watch this.
I'm sorry I didn't. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point.
Yeah, we did watch this. So, okay. And this... I guess this was the first post that he made about it. Sure, yeah, so we watched that. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's 40 minutes left. Or there's 40 minutes of that video. Arya Saki recounts her experience with Mizkif and calls out his selfishness for attaching himself to Rekful. Also, she says she was aware of what Emiru and others went through, but was going to ask him to lunch to talk seriously about it. Eventually, she changed her mind and he forced a live stream on her and showed zero reflection. Oh my god. This is a lot. I don't know who this person is. Who's Ari Saki? Is this another streamer? So the hot take is that I can blindly regurgitate would be the hot take. If I knew anything about the situation, I would be up here talking and saying, "Oh, this blah blah blah." Like, I don't know, dude. It seems like it seems like they were like Mizkif doesn't seem, from what Emiru said, to have been like emotionally mature enough to be in a public relationship like that, or just any kind of relationship really, and probably needed some real like therapeutic services. But I mean, I don't know. She has said some pretty damning stuff though, and the way he's describing it, at least with the bottle thing, like the bottle thing, I don't know. I mean, what is she saying? She says that he threw bottles at her and she didn't like it, and then he's saying he was throwing his phone on the bed, or she would wait, hold on. That he threw his phone on the bed, but also the bottle, right? I threw water bottles at her or my phone near her, but wasn't during fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed. So when did he throw the bottles? If she's talking about bottles, I'm gonna watch it and see what he actually says. Yeah, go for it. I'll probably watch it later too. I'm gonna end at 9, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the whole thing here, but Emery, yeah, kind of crazy. He said, she said glass bottles. Did she say glass bottles? I thought she said plastic. Where's he getting glass water bottles? Stream until 1 a.m. True. When I'm full-time streamer, then I'll be streaming 24/7. You'll be watching me sleep. Part-time streamer. Sad. I definitely remember her saying glass, really. Or maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. Pretty crazy. Pretty not good, but I mean...
Was aggressive.
Yeah. Not good. Don't be crazy, guys. You know? There you go. It's that easy. Oh, Hydro check. What's up, Helix? I'll Hydro check to that. I am going to be getting out of here soon. I think the move for these streams is going to be probably just 6 to 9. Because during the week, oh my god, if I don't start winding down by like 9 p.m., my shit is going to be completely fucked up. I wish I could wake up after getting like 7 hours of sleep and feel alive. Because the problem is, The problem is I feel like doo-doo butt cheeks when I wake up in the morning, no matter what. Like, no matter how much sleep I'm getting, waking up at 7 in the morning is just, it cooks me, man. It's kind of always been like that. So one day we'll make it, inshallah, you know what I mean? You got 73,000 channel points that just spawned in, or I'm the lurker. I think you've just been accruing them. We'll add something. Maybe give me some ideas and we'll add something. Unfortunately, I don't have my GeoGuessr sub anymore. I decided to just not renew it. So I can't do GeoGuessr, but maybe we'll do game of your choosing or something. Once you go full time, we'll watch you eat, brush your teeth, go to doctor's appointments, conceive your firstborn. Yeah, I'll be full live. There's times where I'm like walking around, because sometimes I just go into the city and I'm like taking pictures of stuff, like textures and like walls and random things I'm finding. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder if I should like go live and just stream it. But I get really, really self-conscious about being like on my phone in public. I really try to just like never be on my phone. So just like even thinking about going live in a public setting really makes me like nervous. And I'm also just like, I don't know. Like it sounds like it'd be fun, but then I think I psych myself out of it. And I'm like, how am I gonna be live, like walking around? Like maybe if it was like a group of people doing it or something. Maybe when I go to, you know, Honduras and see Nerdy, we'll do live streams. I bet Keemstar is having a field day right now. Does Keemstar still make stuff? Does Keemstar still doing stuff? Whoops. Killer Keemstar. IRL streams? I'm pretty sure we do have IRL right now. If you type, or sorry, with TTS, I mean. If you type !say, it should work. If you're a sub. So I think you have to be subbed. Every 5 seconds, deny, defend, depose. Let's see. Am I gonna be able to, oh yeah. Yeah, did you hear that? Channel point stuff is hard without being very disruptive. I have no bigger words for my channel aside from small stuff like VAP. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind if it's too disruptive. I'm ADHD enough to, or chronically, or like terminally ADHD, so it's okay if I get distracted by all kinds of stuff. 24/7 streams, imagine it. You'll find some strange mole in your body and chat will vote whether or not to get checked or not. Oh god, it's gonna be yeah. And we're gonna just do polls every second and be like, oh, is that new mole melanoma? Like,
Mizkif going to release the M. Stein list.
M. Stein. Oh no. Mizkif about to drop some crazy shit. I'm surprised he made a response today. I was expecting him to kind of chill for a bit, just like not probably maybe say a thing, like a really quick thing, and then that would be it. I actually didn't know if he was still going live. I know he took a break from streaming for a while. And then after like the previous allegations or whatever, which I honestly don't even really know what it's about, so I can't even say too much about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see something really quick. Did this go away? It feels like this got lighter. The M. Stein list. Did you guys hear that Donald Trump was considering commuting P. Diddy's sentence? How insane is that? Would that actually be? Like we just wake up and it's like P. Diddy's, 2-year or whatever sentence has been commuted. And we're like, bro, what? I don't even know anymore. Guys, what's happening? What's happening in my country? What's going on here? Okay, I don't want to cook the detail too much on this, but let's go ahead and make some kind of fake striations here. This is all like an investment, okay? That's basically what this texturing process is. It's like investment banking, okay? I'm putting in a little bit of assets, just a little bit, that might look a little bit crude and not valuable or important or even detrimental to the whole portfolio, but it will pay off in dividends when I make everything really small. And then these crude strokes end up being, you know, nice components that like frame the larger shapes, okay? Trust me, copium. Future chat polls, should I ask how do I vacation to Mexico or Siberia? Should I try to crack this homeless man arm? Oh God. Crazy. You know what's funny? So, you know, where I live, there's a good amount of homeless people kind of hanging around. I've definitely whiffed fumes that were not weed smoke for sure. And based off descriptions that I've heard from people who I like trust insofar as what, you know, what that kind of stuff would smell like, I'm pretty sure I non-consensually inhaled some people's utilities. So, but I did not get high or anything, thankfully. So, you know how it is. That's the city life, okay? You never know where you're gonna get. I will say though, I feel really, really safe where I'm at. So at least there's that. Okay, I wonder, are these even really coming up? These might be a little bit too light. It's just mostly because the opacity's so low, but I know if I crank up the opacity too much, it's gonna be a little bit overwhelming. People saying his response, Matt GPT, yeah. Well, you know, yeah, people were saying that about the things that he was saying before too, because I hadn't heard that before, and then everybody was spamming Matt GPT. You know, it's like, what is this, bro? Pretty crazy. Yeah, am I supposed to have a super hot take on it? I don't know. All streamer drama is I guess this goes a little bit beyond streamer drama because these are quite serious allegations. It's not like, oh, he, you know, he threw my league game because he was mad at me. It's like, oh, this is like some real shit. But I don't know. He's saying he didn't mention that he threw bottles though. That's the thing. So I don't know if he addressed that, but we'll catch up. We'll be or I'll have to get my info from Twitter, I guess, or someone. All right, I'm gonna hold it right there for now. Basically, it's just gonna be scrunching up here. I could honestly probably even make the striations a little bit wider. I feel like I'm trying to do more heavy lifting than I should. Cause I could just take a picture of my like sheets or something and then change it. What time are you getting off? Earlier you said 9. Yeah, I'm gonna end pretty soon. I'm thinking about who I want to raid. You guys have any suggestions? Probably raid. We raided Brightside yesterday. It's easy for, like, I want to keep going, but I can't because it's going to be like, even last night, like it's really hard for me to unwind because I just have so much energy. And if I'm not like idle, it's gonna be bad. Like my sleep schedule is gonna be completely fucked up. So unfortunately, I work a 9 to 5. And on the weekends, it's really easy for me to mess up my sleep schedule. So I gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do something a little bit more structured next time. But yeah, let me see here. Raid the city of Rome like the Visigoths in 410 AD under the King Alaric. Not a bad idea. Little Rome sacking. I fuck with the vision. That kind of reminds me of New Vegas. I always think of Caesar's Legion whenever I think of Rome. I did my first Caesar's Legion playthrough ever last time I played, and it was really disappointing. I'm glad I didn't do it when I was younger, because I feel like it would have just ruined the game for me. Do you guys remember when that tiger was on the front page? Oh my god, people are doing spooky stuff. That's epic. Wow. Wow. That is crazy, chat. What are people up to? This person's doing character stuff. Let me see here. They've been live for 14 minutes. I'm down to rate him. YOLO. Yeah, because I gotta get out of here. It's 9/11. RIP. Oh, I forgot the World Series is on right now. It's the Blue Jays and who else? Wait, World Series. Is it the Doyers? It is. Oh dang, the Doyers won. Ruh-roh. Okay, well, let's go ahead and raid this person. They look like they're doing something cool. They just started. I feel like Emmy went to S-Fan's house to feel safe. Oh, I like that. I like that Emmy went to S-Fan's house to feel safer when you're king. Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, Emery has a support system. Because I think if it could be so much worse if like everybody, you know, was involved in suppressing her or whatever. But it sounds like she had people that she trusted helping her. So we'll do more drama next time. Maybe you can inform me, Beat, but let's go ahead and raid out this person. So Shrewdish, they're doing a little bit of drawing here. A little bit of VTube in action. You know, be friendly, be cool. All right, thanks for vibing, y'all. I appreciate it. It was fun. We're half productive, half memeing. You know how it is, but I just got to be consistent. You know, I gotta just put in the hours, and we'll do spooky stuff too. I'll probably do Phasmo. I gotta download it though. But think of spooky games, and we'll figure it out. Anyway, that will be it for me. Maybe I'll start numbering my streams too. But Fears to Fathom.
Fears to Fathom stream.
We will. It looks cool. I'm a big fan. I like what I see. Maybe we'll do the one with Queso. All right, that's gonna be it for me, y'all. I'm out of here. And go say what's up to Shrewdish. All right, peace.